one thing after another around here.
Ah, my dear nephew, how I've missed you.
How did you find...
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade, as are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they... Which is why I came.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosaleth.
I was. Aye.
Then I have questions for you.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet and recent... Come here and I'll It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her Royal Navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift, and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde? To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance? No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat.
So it was the Waludas who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned. And where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Mid's finished outfitting her little workshop, I hear. With a little help from Sid, of course.
Otto. Coop.
You're not going in...
Don't worry. I'm not going there to I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
The Lanza and the Fang are all cooked. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for...
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's. And only we've heard nothing from her since he died.
Thanks.
So, what about your uncle?
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with...
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto.
You can count on her. I heard they called Rosina the Desert Hare on account of her.
What's wrong, Gav?
It's this gold.
My uncle isn't easily refused. Especially where...
But...
It's the price of a quayside mansion in the Crystalline Dominion. He sold one. He was hoping to part with it. And, luckily for him, a Sambraquan noble was willing to pay over the odds for...
But, I mean... Is it... No...
It's...
Fuck me.
Well, do you think it'd be all right if I...
Here, leaves if he's filling his cellar.
I'll leave you to decide how best to use it. Just... All right, Uncle.
We shall. I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark 'em well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands. Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
You let me come with you.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn fussed over you as you sat in the sand, bawling like a babe. Caution, my boy.
Stay down!
Who do you think those soldiers were?
So, Lord Cook has finally made his move.
Yes. I expect that.
Ah, there she is. The good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
Look, there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stone here. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal?
Would you rather be my squire?
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel. If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, I'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you!
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two.
Come on.
Friend.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
Take him!
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
Fire and flame!
So far from home.
for your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Now's our chance. Your Grace?
I'm fine.
Clive? What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang. We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means. The wealthiest and most successful member of this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Fight it, for Gilbert's sake! You're a bearer!
Anything I can help? Allow me. My good man, we were seeking to expand our...
Well, we're best known for our baths.
Thank you.
Oh, no.
Well...
Anything I can interest you in? My thanks.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. A woman by the name...
Never heard of her.
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader...
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find the owner's only a young sprig.
The Briar's Kiss, you say?
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe.
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Try the baths.
Thank you, kind. Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Furder knows.
Wait, incense! What's candle?
Excuse me.
I am.
I hope so. Do you know Rosina Dalamil?
And what business?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might...
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think he trusts us.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around?
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
Stay down!
Who are you working for? Him or her?
He wanted us to test...
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Furder?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here, have a taste.
Take a sniff, good sir.
The finest fabric!
Is this the place?
Lubor's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
Ah, so it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second?
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff.
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want, I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you!
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of advice in recompense. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle. I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil. Excuse me.
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thing. Pilfering the crystal. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these... And it isn't as if we...
Do you have a moment?
Depends what.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other.
Well, we're a stone's throw. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal. The men on the rock throw their money about like there's no...
Is that so?
The juiciest meat from Green's head. You wouldn't believe how much he gave me. What can I do for you, soldier? Ugh, then be off with you. I said...
You...
Don't be stupid. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis. No, just leave.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
My carpets have
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
Some out-of-towners picked a fight with the guard, I hear.
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture. What do you want?
I'm looking for my...
The gentleman who was with you? Yep.
Thank you. I'll... Huh?
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle? Care to explain?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's... And I do believe I've snagged us... I had no luck, of course, but my uncharacteristic They took me aside and said they could procure the...
So the pup...
I thought they'd asked for a small price to pay for admittance. But enough about...
That the supply of crystals. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard, I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere.
I'll wager you're...
We'll meet with them and put an end to the
It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Of course.
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
Let's go. Faster!
Good girl.
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And, being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both!
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the Royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon. It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive? I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been them to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Greybeard.
Of all the... Ugh!
Here, wear this. Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubor.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Omialos Delan. Tuisakelis.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive? So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
You wish to talk? I'm honored. You and I? What? Alas. Still, ours is a blessed corner of the Velcroy. At least they did. So, how very fitting. Of course, there's simply no other way. Best of luck.
I've never even forged a button. Perhaps Forge Master.
I wouldn't put it...
Neither would I. Oh, wait, sorry. I'm Saver, Master Lube, soon to be former apprentice if I don't part. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that I don't suppose you...
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask.
I could give you a... I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been. And that Lubor needs all...
I'd be a fool.
So...
Good question. And then there's this little riddled...
The way I see it, we need a...
You're right. No. There's plenty of folk in Dallum. There's the butcher. Of course, they're bound to have an opinion or... All right. I'll talk to every cook I can find.
All right.
Let's hope there's some...
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. better get to it.
The finest fabric!
Yes, they're quite
A question. I need to know what...
You're a blacksmith.
Something.
Fair enough. First and foremost, give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy...
So a knife that's...
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Silver platters. Won't crack no matter how rough in Castle Dasbog.
Ah! They've opened the gate!
Lubor was true to his word.
Well, we can make our way back to the Fang now, at least.
What is it? Sorry. Hunter? I have a question.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be knife snaps every time you use it. You'll be...
Thank you.
All business, eh?
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Everything I've worked for. All those years of toil.
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. On second thought.
That depends on...
I'd have you save my business. The baths. The waters. I've no doubt that my woes, but I can't. I'm bound to these baths in more...
All right.
Wonderful. Leave the market by the south. These baths are all that keep my livelihood, my very...
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
The most fragrant herbs and...
My carpets have pride of place in...
So, you learn anything?
Only that a blade should be...
All the cooks said too heavy, and they do...
So we're no better off than perhaps Lubor. That can't be right. No. We must...
No doubt you're right. I have to make...
Agreed.
Right. All right, trouble is, meaning some...
Is there no one else you can turn to?
The other, a merchant. A favourite of Forge Mar... I bet she...
Come on.
Lord Cook has finally made his move.
Yes. I expect that's why there's so many soldiers in town.
Straight home now. Any luck?
What I asked?
If you're looking to make they're just not that fine. Featherlight adamantite knife, but adamant...
And unique to Ash. Are there any materials unique to Dallin?
What are you getting?
You said the loop, but he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle.
If it's cheap metal, folk first settled Dalamil to get it in hand.
If bloody hell. I don't suppose...
It's hardly my special...
Looks like I've got some learning, Clive.
Limestone. Besides...
You'll have no trouble finding limestone.
Then I suppose I'll...
Right you are. So, do you crush it up, or just...
This is no good. I was hoping to get out of the heat for a little while.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
The finest
Take a sniff, good sir. Needed to a silken softness.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Sweet incense. What candle?
We should get going soon.
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang.
Then allow me. Drake's Fang is currently... Salmeki and Waloed are allies, and as you have seen, but no nation has ever before.
Not by choice.
And there's more. I fear there may be...
Isn't there all?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. I've lost one Cid already.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka.
Well...
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Southern needs.
Come on, girl. The gate's open now. We can press on.
What the hell are those things?
By the flames. That explains the heat. Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
This is no good. I was hoping...
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
You and that merchant both. She's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now... a knife forged from the very...
It's a fine look.
That sounds like my cue. And just as...
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a What do... It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy. Heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but so that it looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right...
And I was so certain...
I don't know who you found. Next question. How much do you think...
Well,
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? Dalamilla's home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and Rule number 1 in any business.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is... I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. What would you do?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's... If it was for the butcher, For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman...
There goes a master.
It looks like
I couldn't have done it with so much for the fort or spirit of meaning.
You've passed your test.
And when I do...
The finest fabric!
Take a sniff, good sir. Kneaded to a silken softness. Weights and pots!
There he is.
And basins!
The man... I was hoping we'd be seeing you. The bath's grown more...
I'm glad to hear.
Now.
Not what I
You tell her fine. That's not to say I don't believe you, but I burdened you with... Right. It's high time I got back. It's just as well I sent you to the terraces in my stead.
The, scrubbing is almost finished. We appreciate your patience.